Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Fluent English in Minutes. My name is Natasha, and I'm really glad you're here with me today. If this is your first time on the channel, let me tell you something important right away. We upload a new English learning video every single day designed to help you improve your listening, speaking, and overall fluency in a calm, natural, and effective way. Now, today is special because today is day one. And day one is not about pressure. It's not about grammar rules. It's not about memorizing long lists of words. Today is about setting the foundation. By watching and participating in this session, you are taking a real step toward becoming a more confident, more fluent English speaker. This lesson is a complete B1 to B2 level listening and speaking practice masterclass. And throughout this session, you'll work with advanced but natural English phrases, real-life expressions, and everyday vocabulary that fluent speakers use constantly. But more importantly, you'll learn how to think, listen, and speak in English without tension. By the end of this video, you won't just understand English better, you'll feel more comfortable using it. Before we begin, if you want to continue this journey with me, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. These lessons are designed to work best when you practice consistently. Now find a comfortable position, sit back, relax your shoulders, and let's begin. Settling into English? As we start, I want you to take a slow, deep breath. And as you breathe out, allow yourself to settle into the rhythm of English. One of the most powerful ways to improve fluency is not by forcing yourself to speak faster, but by listening deeply, listening to natural speech, absorbing patterns, and then gently speaking along. So as I speak, let your mind follow the flow of the language. Notice how sentences are built. Notice how ideas connect. And whenever you feel ready, repeat softly in your own voice. This small habit changes everything because the more you hear English, the more naturally your brain begins to think in English. And that is the quiet shift that creates real fluency. Today, we'll explore advanced phrases, yes, but we'll always place them in real-life context. Think of this lesson as a long, gentle conversation between you and me, one where your English grows naturally, moment by moment. Answer 1, Thinking in English, internal narration. Let's begin with something simple but extremely powerful. At the B1 to B2 level, many learners already know a lot of vocabulary, but they still hesitate when speaking. Why? Because the brain is translating first. So today we start training something new, thinking in English before speaking. Let me guide you. Imagine you wake up in the morning. You're getting ready for your day. Instead of thinking in your native language, say simple things in English. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm getting ready for the day. I still feel a bit sleepy. You don't need perfect sentences. You just need presence. This habit is called internal narration, and fluent speakers do it naturally. Let's practice right now. Look around your room. Choose one object. Describe it quietly in English. Maybe you see a window. You might think the light is coming in. It feels warm. That's it. That moment right there is English fluency growing in real time. Answer 2, expressing nuance naturally. Now let's introduce our first key phrase. When you want to express that something is not exactly what someone thinks you can say, it's not quite what it seems. Repeat slowly, it's not quite what it seems. This phrase helps you sound precise, calm, and confident. Imagine someone says, "Oh, your job must be easy." You can respond, "Well, it's not quite what it seems. There's a lot going on behind the scenes." Notice something important here. Advanced English is not about complicated words. It's about nuance expressing perspective and detail. And nuance is what separates basic speaking from fluent communication. Answer 3, talking about intention. Here's another phrase fluent speakers use all the time. I've been meaning to. This expression shows intention over time. For example, I've been meaning to practice my English every morning. I've been meaning to call you. Now repeat gently, I've been meaning to improve my English speaking. Let the sentence flow, don't analyze it. Your goal is comfort, not perfection. Real life scenario practice. Now imagine this situation. You meet a friend for coffee after a long time. Instead of saying I was busy, you say, things have been a bit overwhelming lately, but I'm finally catching my breath. Repeat it slowly. This sentence expresses emotion, situation, and recovery all at once. If it feels long, that's okay. Fluency is about rhythm, not speed. Answer 4, managing and understanding. Here's another extremely useful expression. I'm trying to get a better handle on. This means you're trying to understand or manage something more effectively. For example, I'm trying to get a better handle on my schedule. I'm trying to get a better handle on English phrasal verbs. Now say I'm trying to get a better handle on my English speaking. Feel how mature and natural it sounds. Listening awareness short. Listening is not just hearing sounds. It's catching meaning, rhythm, and intention. When someone says I'm under the weather, they don't mean the weather. They mean they feel slightly sick. When someone says I'm swamped, they mean extremely busy. These expressions are everywhere in daily English. Understanding them is a huge step toward fluency. Pause and reset. Before we continue, take one more slow breath. You're doing exactly what fluent speakers do, listening calmly, repeating naturally, absorbing patterns. In the next part, we'll build stronger speaking responses, practice real conversations, train pronunciation and rhythm more deeply. Welcome back. As we continue, I want you to remember something important. You don't need to push your English forward, you simply need to stay present with it. Fluency grows when your mind feels safe, relaxed, and curious. So let your attention rest gently on my voice and allow the language to unfold naturally. Answer 5, expressing busy life naturally. Let's build on what we practiced earlier. When fluent speakers talk about being busy, they rarely say, I am very busy. Instead, they say things like, things have been a bit overwhelming lately. Repeat it slowly. Things have been a bit overwhelming lately. Now let's extend it slightly. Things have been a bit overwhelming lately, but I'm finally catching my breath. This sentence does something powerful. It shows honesty, emotion, recovery. That combination sounds human and fluent. Now imagine a friend asks, how has your week been? You respond calmly, it's been a bit overwhelming, but I'm trying to get a better handle on things. Say it softly. Anchor 6, understanding daily expressions. Now let's train your listening instincts. When native speakers talk, they often use short expressions packed with meaning. Listen carefully. I'm under the weather. Slightly sick. I'm swamped. Arrow extremely busy. I'm on the fence. Arrow undecided. Now imagine these in real life. Your coworker says, "I'd love to help, but I'm swamped today." You immediately understand the situation. This kind of understanding is real fluency. You don't translate, you recognize meaning instantly. Answer 7, using advanced but natural words. Let's add a few words that fluent speakers use naturally in conversation. The first word is versatile. It means something can be used in many ways. For example, English is a very versatile language. Now repeat versatile. Another important word is essential. It means very important or necessary. Try this sentence: practicing every day is essential for fluency. Say it again naturally. And one more powerful word: inevitable. It means something is certain to happen. With consistent practice, improvement is inevitable. Repeat it softly. And notice how confident that sentence feels. Mini reflection. Pause for a moment. You're not memorizing words. You're absorbing confidence through language. That's the difference. Answer 8, sounding polite and clear. Now let's upgrade simple phrases into fluent ones. Instead of saying, "I don't understand," try saying, "I'm not entirely clear on that." Repeat it slowly. Or, "Could you clarify that for me?" These phrases sound polite, professional, and confident. Now, imagine someone explains something quickly. You respond, "I'm not entirely clear on one part. Could you clarify that for me?" Say it gently. Guided speaking practice. Let's practice together. I'll describe a situation. You respond using advanced phrases. Situation 1, your friend asks, "How has your week been?" You say, "It's been a bit overwhelming, but I'm trying to get a better handle on things." Repeat it. Situation 2, someone asks if you started a project you planned. You say, "I've been meaning to start it, but I haven't found the right moment yet." Say it slowly. These sentences train your brain to respond naturally, not mechanically. Answer 9, flexible word meanings. English words change meaning depending on context. For example, the word catch. Catch a ball, catch an idea, catch someone's name. When someone says, "Did you catch that?" they mean, "Did you understand?" Now the word hold. Hold a cup, hold a meeting, hold a conversation, hold on to hope. Listening helps you recognize these patterns without effort. That's why listening practice is essential. Visualization practice. Now imagine this. You're in a conversation with someone you respect. They ask about your English goals. You respond calmly, "I want to express myself more naturally, and I'm trying to get a better handle on advanced vocabulary." Hear your own voice saying it. Feel how confident it sounds. Visualization isn't imagination for fun, it's mental rehearsal, and it works. Answer 10, describing easy and difficult. Here are two very natural expressions. It's a breeze. Very easy. It's an uphill battle. Very difficult. Now listen to this short exchange. You ask, "How's your English practice going?" Your friend answers, "Honestly, it's been an uphill battle, but I'm slowly improving." You respond, "That's great to hear." With the right method, it becomes a breeze over time. Repeat this exchange softly. Anchor 11, pronunciation and connection. At the B1 to B2 level, pronunciation becomes about connection, not individual words. Listen carefully. I've been meaning to, sounds like I've been meaning to, I'm trying to, sounds like I'm trying to. Say them slowly. Now say them naturally. This is not incorrect English. This is real English. Training your ear for this makes listening much easier. And core 12, character and consistency. Let's introduce two powerful words. Resilient, able to recover quickly, consistent, doing something regularly. Try this sentence: learning a language makes you more resilient. Now, this one, consistency, is the heart of fluency. Say both naturally. Even 5 minutes a day matters. Speaking prompt. Imagine someone asks, "How are you improving your English?" You answer, "I'm trying to stay consistent and I've been meaning to practice speaking every morning." Repeat it slowly, then naturally. Short story listening. Now listen to this short story. You wake up early for an important meeting. You make coffee and organize your thoughts. You tell yourself, "I'm trying to get a better handle on what I want to say." During the meeting, a question catches you off guard. You pause, breathe, and say, "That's not quite what it seems. Let me explain." After the meeting, you think, "I managed to get through that." Repeat these lines softly. Closing part 2. Take a breath. Everything you're doing right now is building fluency quietly. In the next part, we'll expand emotional vocabulary, build longer, more confident responses, deepen listening through longer stories. Welcome back. Before we continue, I want you to notice something subtle. English probably feels a little less heavy now. Your mind is not fighting the language as much. That's a sign that fluency is already forming. So stay with me. Anchor 13, talking about progress. Honestly, fluent speakers rarely say, "I'm fluent now." Instead, they say things like, "I'm still figuring things out." Repeat it slowly. "I'm still figuring things out." This sentence is powerful because it sounds honest, relaxed, confident without pressure. Now let's extend it. "I'm still figuring things out, but I feel like I'm making progress." Say it softly. That's real life English. Anchor 14, describing change over time. Now let's add words that describe slow improvement. The first word is gradually. It means slowly, step by step. Try this sentence: "I'm gradually becoming more comfortable speaking English." Repeat it. Another very useful word is adjust. "I had to adjust my routine to make more time for practice." Say it slowly. These words help you talk about learning realistically, not dramatically. Mini pause. Take a breath. You don't need big motivation. You need clear language for small progress. That's what we're building. Anchor 15, talking about surprises. Here's a phrase native speakers use constantly. "It caught me off guard." It means something surprised you. Repeat it slowly. "It caught me off guard." Now imagine this situation. Your colleague asks an unexpected question. You respond, "That question caught me off guard, but let me think for a moment." Say it gently. Guided speaking practice. Let's respond together. Situation: someone asks, "Did you expect that change?" You answer, "Not really. It caught me off guard." Repeat it. Situation: someone asks, "How's your English going?" You say, "I'm gradually getting more comfortable. I'm still figuring things out." Say it naturally. Anchor 16, humble confidence. One of the most natural English responses is, "I'm working on it." Repeat it. This phrase communicates effort, humility, confidence. Now try these. "My pronunciation is better. I'm working on it. My speaking feels easier. I'm working on it." Say them softly. Anchor 17, longer natural sentences. Let's combine phrases into one fluent sentence. Listen first. I've been meaning to practice more consistently, but my schedule has been packed, so I'm gradually adjusting my routine. Now repeat it slowly. This is exactly how fluent speakers talk. Connected ideas, realistic tone, no drama, Anchor 18 expressing impact. Here's a phrase you should absolutely master. It makes a huge difference. Repeat it. Now try these. Practicing daily makes a huge difference. Listening without translating makes a huge difference. Say them naturally. Anchor 19, priorities and time. Let's upgrade how you talk about time. Instead of saying I don't have time, say I'm trying to prioritize better. Repeat it. Now add this phrase, it's a work in progress. Try the full sentence. I'm trying to prioritize better, but it's a work in progress. This sounds fluent, calm, and mature. Short story, listening practice. Now listen carefully. You're preparing for a presentation. You've practiced, but you still feel nervous. You tell yourself, I've been working on this and I'm more prepared than I think. During the presentation, someone asks a question. You pause and say, I'm still figuring out the details, but here's what I know so far. Afterward, you feel relieved. You think I managed to express myself clearly. Now repeat these lines. Anchor 20 partial understanding. Here's a very useful phrase. To some extent. It means partly. Repeat it. Now try this sentence. I understand it to some extent, but I need more practice. Say it softly. Another common phrase, fair enough. It means you understand someone's point. Repeat it. Mini dialogue practice. Person A, learning English takes a long time. You true, but improvement is inevitable if you stay consistent. Person A, I understand grammar to some extent, but speaking is harder. You fair enough. Speaking takes time. Repeat this dialogue gently. Anchor 21 realizations. Now let's introduce reflective language. I'm starting to realize that. Repeat it slowly. Now complete it. I'm starting to realize that confidence matters more than perfection. Say it naturally. Another reflective phrase. It occurred to me that. Try this. It occurred to me that I learn better when I relax. These phrases make your English sound thoughtful and fluent. Anchor 22 emotional words. Let's add 2 words. Motivated, determined. Repeat them. Now try this sentence. I feel motivated to improve and I'm determined to keep practicing. Say it slowly. Story, confidence moment. Imagine you join an English conversation group. At first you feel nervous, but you listen carefully. When someone asks for your opinion, you say, I'm still figuring out how to express myself, but I'll give it a try. After the session, someone says, you did well today. You feel proud. Now, repeat these lines. I'll give it a try. I feel proud of my progress. Anchor 23, describing schedules. Instead of saying, my schedule is busy, say, my schedule is pretty packed this week. Repeat it. Another common phrase, at the end of the day. Try this sentence. At the end of the day, what matters most is consistent practice. Say it calmly. Final practice. Part 3. Repeat after me. I'm gradually becoming more fluent. I'm trying to prioritize English in my routine. I'm getting the hang of expressing myself. I didn't anticipate how much confidence I would gain. I'm determined to keep improving. Let these sentences settle in your mind. Part 3, closing. You're doing something powerful right now. You're not chasing fluency. You're allowing it. In the next part, we'll deepen reflective language, build professional level responses, strengthen long-form listening comprehension. Welcome back. At this point in the lesson, something important is happening. Your brain is no longer asking, "What does this mean?" Instead, it's starting to ask, "How do I say what I want to say?" That shift is the doorway to real fluency. So let's continue calmly. Answer 24, talking about learning itself. Fluent speakers often talk about their learning, not just the language. Here's a powerful phrase: "I'm getting the hang of it." Repeat it slowly: "I'm getting the hang of it." This means you're starting to understand how something works. Now try this sentence: "I'm getting the hang of expressing myself more clearly." Say it gently. Answer 25, reflecting on change. Now let's practice reflective language. "I didn't anticipate." Repeat it. Now complete it. "I didn't anticipate how much confidence I would gain." Say it naturally. This phrase is excellent for reflections, learning experiences, professional conversations, mini check-in. Notice your breathing. When learning feels calm, retention becomes automatic. That's what we're aiming for. Answer 26, staying calm under pressure. Here's a phrase fluent speakers use when they need time: "Let me gather my thoughts." Repeat it slowly. Now, imagine someone asks you a difficult question. You say, "Let me gather my thoughts for a moment." That sentence buys you time without sounding weak. Answer 27, professional politeness. Let's level up your professional English. Instead of saying, "I disagree," try saying, "I see where you're coming from." Repeat it. Now extend it. "I see where you're coming from, but I have a slightly different perspective." Say it softly. This sentence shows respect, clarity, confidence, guided speaking practice. Repeat after me. "I see where you're coming from. I have a slightly different perspective." Now combine them naturally. Answer 28, asking for feedback. Here's a phrase that fluent speakers use often: "I'd appreciate it if." Repeat it slowly. Now complete it. "I'd appreciate it if you could explain that again." Or, "I'd appreciate it if you corrected my pronunciation." Say one of them out loud. This phrase sounds polite, mature, and confident. Answer 29, openness and flexibility. Another powerful phrase: "I'm open to suggestions." Repeat it. This phrase communicates confidence, willingness to learn, professionalism. Now imagine someone gives you advice. You respond, "Thanks, I'm open to suggestions." Say it calmly. Story, professional context. Listen carefully. You're in a meeting discussing a project. Someone presents an idea. You respond, "I see where you're coming from, and that's a reasonable point." Then you add, "I'd like to get your thoughts on one part I'm not entirely clear about." The conversation stays respectful and productive. Now repeat these lines. Anchor 30, clarity and refinement. Let's add 2 advanced words: refine, improve through small changes; clarity, how clear something is. Repeat both words. Now try this sentence: "I'm working on refining my speaking for more clarity." Say it naturally. Answer 31, process language. Here's an important phrase: "I'm in the process of." Repeat it. Now complete it. "I'm in the process of improving my fluency." This phrase shows progress without pressure. Speaking prompt. Imagine someone asks, "How is your English improving?" You answer, "I'm in the process of refining my speaking, and daily practice has made a huge difference." Say it slowly. Anchor 32, emotional awareness. Let's expand emotional vocabulary. mindful, aware, and present, intentional, done with purpose. Repeat both words. Now try this sentence. I'm trying to be more mindful and intentional with my speaking practice. Say it gently. Listening story, study group. Imagine you join a study group. At first, you feel intimidated, but you introduce yourself calmly. I'm in the process of becoming more fluent, and I'm open to suggestions. People smile. During the session, you speak up. Sometimes you hesitate, sometimes you speak clearly. At the end, you feel proud. Now repeat these lines. I'm in the process of becoming more fluent. I'm open to suggestions. Answer 33, composure and control. Let's add 2 advanced words. Composure, calm control, steadily, continuously over time. Repeat them. Now try this sentence. I manage to maintain my composure and speak steadily. Say it calmly. Answer 34, partial agreement. Here's a useful phrase. That's a reasonable point. Repeat it. Now extend it. That's a reasonable point, but I'm not entirely convinced. Say it softly. This phrase is perfect for discussions. Mini conversation practice. Person A, grammar is more important than speaking. That's a reasonable point, but speaking builds confidence faster. Repeat it naturally. Answer 35, managing difficulty. Let's revisit a keyword. Overwhelming. Repeat it. Now add its partner. Manageable. Repeat it. Now try this sentence. Sometimes learning feels overwhelming, but I'm making it more manageable. Say it slowly. Answer 36, asking for opinions. Here's a professional phrase. I'd like to get your thoughts on this. Repeat it. This phrase invites discussion politely. Story, confident communication. Imagine you're speaking with your manager. You feel nervous but prepared. You say, I'd like to get your thoughts on one part of this project. Your manager listens carefully. You maintain composure. After the meeting, you think, I expressed myself clearly. Repeat that sentence. Final practice, part 4. Repeat softly. I'm getting the hang of expressing myself. I'm in the process of refining my communication. I see where you're coming from. I'm open to suggestions. I'm becoming more confident with every conversation. Let these sentences settle naturally. Part 4, closing. At this stage, your English is no longer just input. It's becoming response ready. In the next part, we will deepen reflective and emotional language, strengthen inner English thinking, move closer to automatic fluency. Welcome back. At this point, your English is doing something very important. It's starting to live inside your thoughts, not just in exercises. That's the stage where fluency becomes real. So let's continue gently. Anchor 37, talking about realization. Fluent speakers often describe change like this. I'm starting to realize that. Repeat it slowly. I'm starting to realize that. Now complete it naturally. I'm starting to realize that fluency is more about confidence than perfection. Say it softly. This phrase shows awareness, maturity, and growth. Answer 38, sudden understanding. Another very natural phrase is, it occurred to me that. Repeat it. Now try this. It occurred to me that I understand more English than I thought. Say it calmly. This phrase is perfect for reflection and storytelling. Mini pause. Notice how these sentences don't feel rushed. That's intentional. Fluency grows when your mind feels unpressured. Answer 39. Describing progress clearly. Now let's introduce a powerful structure to some extent. Repeat it. Now use it. I understand English to some extent, but speaking still needs practice. Say it gently. This phrase allows honesty without negativity. Answer 40, accepting others' points. A very common response in fluent English. Fair enough. Repeat it. This phrase means I understand your point. Now imagine a conversation. Someone says, speaking takes time. You respond, fair enough. Simple, natural, fluent, guided dialogue, practice. Person A learning English is frustrating sometimes. You, fair enough. It can be challenging, but progress is inevitable. Repeat it softly. Enchère, chat des smith, vient, anticipation, an expectation. Here's an advanced verb. Anticipate to expect something. Repeat it. Now try this sentence. I didn't anticipate how challenging speaking would be. Say it naturally. Another useful word. Reliable, dependable. Daily practice is a reliable way to improve fluency. Repeat it. Anchor 42, expressing gradual confidence. Let's practice this phrase. I'm getting the hang of it. Repeat it again. Now extend it. I'm getting the hang of expressing myself in conversations. Say it calmly. This phrase signals transition from learner to user. Story, self-realization. Imagine this. You're on a video call in English. At first, you feel nervous, but as the conversation continues, something changes. You respond naturally. You don't translate. After the call, you think, it occurred to me that I'm getting the hang of this. Repeat that sentence. Answer 43, emotional language. Let's expand emotional expression. Motivated, determined. Repeat both. Now try this sentence. I feel motivated to improve and I'm determined to keep going. Say it softly. Answer 44, describing routines. Instead of saying I practice English, say I'm trying to stay consistent with my practice. Repeat it. Now add, even small sessions make a huge difference. Say both together. Answer 45, internal narration. This is a key fluency habit. Fluent speakers describe their life inside their head in English. Try this. Look around. Choose one thing. Say quietly, I'm sitting comfortably. I feel focused. This is how thinking in English begins. Listening story, quiet moment. Imagine you're walking home in the evening. You listen to English audio. You're not trying hard. You're just listening. Suddenly, you understand full sentences. You smile and think, I never realized how much I've improved. Repeat that line. Answer 46, noticing change. Here's a reflective phrase. I'm beginning to notice. Repeat it. Now complete it. I'm beginning to notice that English feels more natural. Say it slowly. Answer 47, emotional safety. Here's another helpful phrase. I'm learning to trust the process. Repeat it. This phrase is calming and empowering. Now say, I'm learning to trust the process even when progress feels slow. Final speaking practice. Part 5. Repeat softly. I'm starting to realize that fluency takes time. It occurred to me that I'm improving naturally. I'm getting the hang of speaking more freely. I'm staying consistent and trusting the process. Improvement is inevitable. Let these sentences settle inside you. Part 5, closing. You are now past the beginner mindset. Your English is becoming reflective, emotional, personal. In the next part, we will deepen inner English thinking, build automatic responses, prepare for long-form fluency, welcome back. At this stage, your English is no longer something you visit. It's something you're starting to stay with. That's an important difference. So let's continue calmly and steadily. Answer 48, trusting your inner voice. Fluent speakers often say, I'm beginning to trust myself. Repeat it slowly. I'm beginning to trust myself. Now extend it. I'm beginning to trust myself when I speak English. Say it gently. This sentence reflects a deep shift, not skill self-belief. Answer 49, describing mental change. Here's a very natural phrase. I'm slowly getting used to. Repeat it. Now complete it. I'm slowly getting used to thinking in English. Say it softly. This phrase describes adaptation, one of the most important parts of fluency. Mini pause. Notice how these phrases feel personal. That's because fluency is not just linguistic, it's psychological. Answer 50, expressing comfort. Let's practice this phrase. I'm starting to feel more at ease. Repeat it. Now complete it. I'm starting to feel more at ease when I speak. Say it calmly. This phrase is very common in real conversations. Anchor 51, awareness language. Here's a reflective expression. What I've noticed is repeat it slowly. Now try this. What I've noticed is that I hesitate less. Say it gently. This phrase helps you talk about progress without exaggeration. Guided speaking practice. Repeat after me. What I've noticed is that English feels less stressful. I'm starting to feel more at ease. I'm getting used to expressing my thoughts. Let them flow naturally. Answer 52, conscious effort. Here's a phrase fluent speakers use often. I'm making a conscious effort to. Repeat it. Now complete it. I'm making a conscious effort to speak without translating. Say it slowly. This phrase shows intention and control. Answer 53, gradual change. Let's practice this phrase. It's becoming clear that. Repeat it. Now complete it. It's becoming clear that daily practice really works. Say it naturally. Listening story, daily life. Imagine this. You're speaking with a friend in English. At first, your sentences are short, but as the conversation continues, you relax. You listen more. You respond more naturally. Later, you think, it's becoming clear that I'm improving. Repeat that sentence. Answer 54, self-observation. Another useful phrase. I can feel myself. Repeat it. Now complete it. I can feel myself becoming more confident. Say it softly. This phrase connects language with emotion. Answer 55, accepting imperfection. Fluent speakers are comfortable saying, it doesn't have to be perfect. Repeat it. Now extend it. It doesn't have to be perfect to be effective. Say it calmly. This sentence removes pressure. Speaking practice. Repeat softly. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be clear. Let the meaning sink in. Answer 56, mental flexibility. Here's a powerful phrase. I'm learning to let go of. Repeat it. Now complete it. I'm learning to let go of overthinking. Say it gently. This phrase is deeply connected to fluency. Story, letting go. Imagine you're speaking in English. You make a small mistake, but you keep going. You notice that the conversation continues. Afterward, you think, I'm learning to let go of mistakes. Repeat that sentence. Anchor 57, describing stability. Here's a calm phrase. I feel more grounded. Repeat it. Now complete it. I feel more grounded when I speak English. Say it softly. This phrase expresses emotional stability and 58 building identity. Let's practice this sentence. English is becoming part of my routine. Repeat it. Now extend it. English is becoming part of my daily thinking. Say it naturally. Inner voice practice. Try this quietly inside your mind. I'm listening. I'm understanding. I'm responding naturally. This is how inner English forms. Anchor 59 long-term view. Here's a reflective phrase. Over time, repeat it. Now complete it. Over time, this will feel completely natural. Say it calmly. Anchor 60, confidence without force. Let's practice. I don't need to rush. Repeat it. Now add, I can improve at my own pace. Say both gently. Final practice. Part 6. Repeat after me. I'm beginning to trust myself. I'm getting used to thinking in English. I'm starting to feel more at ease. I'm letting go of overthinking. I'm improving naturally. Let these sentences settle. Part 6, closing. Right now, something subtle but powerful is happening. English is no longer something you perform. It's becoming something you inhabit. In the next part, we will strengthen automatic response, deepen emotional fluency, prepare the mind for long-term consistency. Welcome back. At this stage, you're no longer just learning English. You're beginning to respond in English. That difference may feel subtle, but it's one of the biggest shifts in fluency. Let's continue gently. Anchor 61 automatic responses. Fluent speakers don't always think before speaking. They rely on familiar patterns. Here's a very common one. That makes sense. Repeat it slowly. That makes sense. Now say it naturally. This phrase is used constantly in conversations. Anchor 62, showing understanding. Another automatic response. I see what you mean. Repeat it. This phrase shows understanding and engagement. Now imagine someone explains an idea. You respond calmly, I see what you mean. Say it softly. Mini pause. Notice how short these phrases are. Short phrases equals fast responses. This is how fluency feels easy. Anchor 63, buying time naturally. When fluent speakers need time, they don't panic. They say, let me think about that. Repeat it slowly. Now try this version. Let me think about that for a moment. Say it naturally. This keeps the conversation flowing. Anchor 64, soft agreement. Here's another automatic phrase. That's true. Repeat it. Now extend it. That's true, especially when you practice daily. Say it calmly. Guided response practice. I'll say something. You respond naturally. Person learning English takes time. That's true. Person listening helps a lot. That makes sense. Repeat both. Anchor 65, expressing uncertainty fluently. Fluent speakers don't say I don't know. They often say, I'm not sure yet. Repeat it. Now add, I'm not sure yet, but I'm learning. Say it gently. Anchor 66, reflective responses. Here's a thoughtful phrase. Now that you mention it, repeat it slowly. This phrase is used when something suddenly feels relevant. Try this. Now that you mention it, I have noticed improvement. Say it softly. Story, natural conversation. Imagine you're talking with a colleague. They say you sound more confident lately. You pause and respond. Now that you mention it, I do feel more comfortable speaking. Repeat that sentence. Anchor 67, describing current state. Here's a very natural phrase. At the moment, repeat it. Now complete it. At the moment, I'm focusing on speaking naturally. Say it calmly. Anchor 68, showing intention. Another fluent phrase, what I'm trying to do is repeat it. Now complete it. What I'm trying to do is respond without translating. Say it gently. Speaking practice, repeat after me. At the moment, I'm focusing on fluency. What I'm trying to do is stay relaxed. Let the sentences flow. Anchor 69, managing expectations. Here's a calming phrase. It takes time. Repeat it. Now extend it. It takes time, and that's okay. Say it softly. This sentence reduces pressure. Anchor 70, confirming understanding. Another automatic response. Right, I get it. Repeat it. Now say it naturally. This phrase appears constantly in real conversations. Listening story, small win. Imagine this. You're listening to English. Someone speaks quickly. You don't understand everything, but you understand the main idea. You think, right, I get it. Repeat that sentence. Anchor 71, describing change in feeling. Here's a reflective phrase. It feels different now. Repeat it. Now complete it. Speaking English feels different now. Say it gently. Anchor 72, stating progress without pressure. Try this phrase. I'm getting more comfortable with. Repeat it. Now complete it. I'm getting more comfortable with everyday conversations. Say it softly. Final response practice, part 7. Repeat calmly. That makes sense. I see what you mean. Let me think about that. At the moment, I'm learning steadily. I'm getting more comfortable with English. Let these responses settle. Part 7, closing. At this stage, English is no longer only something you study. It's something you react with. Your responses are shorter. Your confidence is quieter. Your thinking is smoother. In the next part, we will deepen conversational rhythm, strengthen confidence in longer exchanges, prepare for fluent daily interaction. Welcome back. At this point, something important is changing. English is no longer something you prepare to speak. It's something you're starting to enter naturally. That's what fluent conversation feels like. So let's keep going. Anchor 73, keeping a conversation going. Fluent speakers know how to keep the conversation alive. Here's a very common phrase. That's interesting. Repeat it slowly. That's interesting. Now say it naturally. This phrase shows engagement and curiosity. Anchor 74, adding a thought. Here's another conversational connector. Actually, repeat it. Now try this sentence. Actually, I've been thinking about that. Say it softly. This phrase helps you enter a conversation smoothly. Mini pause. Notice how these phrases don't carry pressure. They help you stay present, not perfect. And sure, 75, sharing opinions gently. Instead of saying, I think, fluent speakers often say, from my perspective, repeat it. Now complete it. From my perspective, practice matters more than theory. Say it calmly. Anchor 76, adding examples. Another natural phrase. For example, repeat it. Now try this. For example, listening daily helps my fluency. Say it naturally. Guided conversation practice. Let's simulate a conversation. Person, I think learning English takes patience. You respond. That's interesting. From my perspective, consistency matters more. Repeat it. Anchor 77, soft transitions. Fluent speakers often transition like this. That being said, repeat it slowly. Now try. That being said, I'm still learning. Say it gently. This phrase balances confidence and humility. Answer 78 expressing limits. Here's a useful phrase. As far as I know, repeat it. Now complete it. As far as I know, daily practice is effective. Say it calmly. Story, longer conversation. Imagine this. You're talking with a friend in English. They share their experience learning a new skill. You listen carefully and say, "That's interesting. Actually, I've noticed something similar." They ask for your opinion. You respond, "From my perspective, it takes time. That being said, small habits really help." Repeat these lines softly. Answer 79, checking understanding. Here's a very natural question. Does that make sense? Repeat it. Now try this. I've been practicing daily. Does that make sense? Say it gently. Answer 80, inviting response. Another fluent phrase. What do you think? Repeat it. This keeps conversations interactive. Speaking practice. Repeat after me. That's interesting. From my perspective, that being said, does that make sense? What do you think? Let them flow together. Answer 81, expressing uncertainty politely. Here's a soft phrase. I could be wrong, but repeat it slowly. Now complete it. I could be wrong, but this method feels effective. Say it calmly. This phrase makes your speech sound thoughtful. Answer 82, adding clarity. Another helpful phrase. What I mean is, repeat it. Now try this. What I mean is I'm focusing on real communication. Say it naturally. Listening story, real exchange. Imagine you're in a group discussion. People are sharing ideas. You listen. When it's your turn, you say, "From my perspective, practice is essential. That being said, everyone learns differently." People nod. You add, "What I mean is we all need methods that fit our lifestyle." Repeat these sentences softly. Answer 83, natural endings. Fluent speakers often end thoughts like this. At least for me. Repeat it. Now complete it. That approach works, at least for me. Say it calmly. Answer 84. Recapping ideas. Here's a closing phrase. In the long run, repeat it. Now try. In the long run, consistency builds fluency. Say it naturally. Final conversation practice, part 8. Repeat gently. That's interesting. From my perspective, practice matters. That being said, I'm still learning. Does that make sense? In the long run, progress adds up. Let these phrases connect. Part 8, closing. At this stage, your English is no longer isolated sentences. It's becoming conversation ready. You can enter a conversation, share opinions, respond naturally, keep things flowing. In the next part, we will deepen confidence in longer speaking turns, build natural storytelling, prepare for fluent daily conversations. Welcome back. Now we're entering a very important phase. You're no longer just responding with short phrases. You're learning how to hold the floor. That means speaking for a little longer without rushing, without fear. Let's do it step by step. Answer 85, starting a longer response. Fluent speakers often start like this. To be honest, repeat it slowly. To be honest, now complete it. To be honest, I used to feel nervous speaking English. Say it gently. This phrase prepares the listener and relaxes you. Answer aståndesmitt sig in context. Here's another very natural opener For a while, repeat it. Now try this sentence. For a while, I focused mostly on grammar. Say it calmly. These phrases help you build context, not just statements. Mini pause. Notice how you're not rushing to finish the sentence. That calm pace is what keeps fluency alive. Anchor 87, describing change. Now let's practice a transition phrase. Over time, repeat it. Now complete it. Over time, I became more comfortable speaking. Say it softly. This phrase is perfect for storytelling. Anchor 88, expressing cause and effect. Fluent speakers often connect ideas like this because of that. Repeat it. Now try. Because of that, my confidence started to grow. Say it naturally. Guided story practice short. Let's put this together. Repeat after me slowly. To be honest, I used to feel nervous speaking English. For a while, I focused mostly on grammar. Over time, I realized that speaking more was important. Because of that, my confidence started to grow. Say it again a little more naturally. Anchor 89, sharing a real experience. Here's a very common phrase. There was a time when, repeat it. Now complete it. There was a time when I avoided speaking English. Say it gently. This phrase helps you talk about the past smoothly. Anchor 90 turning points. Now this phrase, then I decided to repeat it. Now try, then I decided to practice speaking every day. Say it calmly. This is how fluent speakers describe decisions. Story, personal journey. Imagine this is your story. Repeat softly. There was a time when I avoided speaking English. Then I decided to practice a little every day. At first, it felt uncomfortable, but over time, it became easier. Say it once more. Anchor 91, describing feelings. Let's add emotional clarity. Here's a phrase. At first, it felt, repeat it. Now complete it. At first, it felt uncomfortable. Say it gently. Now add, eventually, repeat it. Eventually, it started to feel natural. Say it calmly. Anchor 92, making it relatable. Fluent speakers often say, I think a lot of people feel this way. Repeat it. This phrase connects your story to others. Longer story practice. Let's build a longer response together. Repeat after me, sentence by sentence. To be honest, I used to feel nervous speaking English. There was a time when I avoided conversations. At first, it felt uncomfortable, and I worried about making mistakes. Over time, I realized that practice was more important than perfection. Then I decided to speak a little every day. Eventually, it started to feel more natural. I think a lot of people feel this way. Now say it again more naturally. Anchor 93, holding the floor. Here's how fluent speakers keep going. One thing I've noticed is repeat it. Now complete it. One thing I've noticed is that confidence grows with use. Say it softly. Anchor 94, adding detail. Another helpful phrase. For example, repeat it. Now try. For example, short daily conversations help me relax. Say it naturally. Mini story, daily life. Imagine this. You're talking to a friend. They ask how your English is improving. You say, one thing I've noticed is that speaking regularly helps a lot. For example, even short conversations make me feel more confident. Repeat these lines. Anchor 95, soft conclusions. Here's a natural way to conclude. So overall, repeat it. Now complete it. So overall, I feel more comfortable speaking now. Say it calmly. Anchor 96, self-reflection. Another reflective phrase, looking back, repeat it. Now try, looking back, I'm glad I started practicing earlier. Say it gently. Final story practice, part 9. Repeat this full response slowly. To be honest, I used to feel nervous speaking English. There was a time when I avoided conversations. At first, it felt uncomfortable. Over time, I realized that speaking regularly was the key. Then I decided to practice every day. Eventually, it started to feel more natural. One thing I've noticed is that confidence grows with use. So overall, I feel more comfortable now. Let it flow. Part 9, closing. Now you're doing something very important. You're not just answering questions, you're telling your story. That's when language becomes personal. That's when fluency becomes real. In the next part, we will strengthen storytelling flow, practice emotional nuance, prepare for confident daily speaking. Welcome back. Now you're reaching a stage that many learners never fully experience. You're not just speaking in English, you're thinking, feeling, and reflecting in English. That's powerful. Let's continue gently. Anchor 97, describing interchange. Fluent speakers often say, something shifted when, repeat it slowly. Something shifted when, now complete it. Something shifted when I stopped worrying about mistakes. Say it softly. This phrase is reflective and emotionally rich. Anchor 98, naming a realization. Here's another natural phrase. That's when I realized. Repeat it. Now try. That's when I realized I could trust myself. Say it calmly. This phrase is often used in meaningful stories. Mini pause. Notice how these phrases feel personal. That's because fluent English carries identity, not just grammar. Anchor 99, talking about confidence. Here's a calm, confident sentence. I felt more capable. Repeat it. Now extend it. I felt more capable of expressing myself. Say it gently. This phrase shows growth without arrogance. Anchor 100, describing fear disappearing. Try this phrase. The fear started to fade. Repeat it. Now complete it. The fear started to fade as I spoke more. Say it naturally. Guided story practice, emotional arc. Repeat after me. At first, I was nervous speaking English. I worried about mistakes and how I sounded. But something shifted when I stopped judging myself. That's when I realized I didn't need to be perfect. Over time, I felt more capable and the fear started to fade. Say it again slowly. Anchor 101, describing momentum. Here's a very natural phrase. It started to build. Repeat it. Now complete it. My confidence started to build. Say it softly. Momentum is a big part of fluency. Anchor 102, staying present. Fluent speakers often say, in that moment. Repeat it. Now try. In that moment, I felt calm. Say it gently. This phrase brings stories to life. Story, breakthrough moment. Imagine this. You're in a real conversation. You're listening closely. You respond without translating. You think afterward. In that moment, I realized I was actually communicating. Repeat that sentence. Anchor 103, describing self-trust. Here's a powerful phrase. I trusted myself to. Repeat it. Now complete it. I trusted myself to keep going. Say it calmly. This phrase reflects emotional maturity. Anchor 104, expressing relief. Try this sentence. That was a relief. Repeat it. Now extend it. It was a relief to speak without pressure. Say it softly. Long story. Practice. Full flow. Let's put everything together. Repeat sentence by sentence. To be honest, I used to feel nervous speaking English. There was a time when I avoided conversations. At first, I worried about mistakes and how I sounded, but something shifted when I stopped overthinking. That's when I realized I could trust myself. Over time, my confidence started to build. In that moment, I felt more capable and the fear started to fade. I trusted myself to keep going, and that was a relief. Now say it again more naturally. Anchor 105, reflecting calmly. Here's a reflective phrase. When I look back, repeat it. Now try. When I look back, I see how much I've grown. Say it gently. Anchor 106, describing steady progress. Another fluent phrase. Little by little, repeat it. Now complete it. Little by little, speaking became easier. Say it calmly. Mini reflection. Pause. You don't need dramatic progress. You need steady comfort. That's what lasts. Anchor 107, sharing insight. Try this phrase. One thing that surprised me was repeat it. Now complete it. One thing that surprised me was how natural English began to feel. Say it softly. Anchor 108, describing identity shift. Here's a deep phrase. I stopped seeing myself as. Repeat it. Now try. I stopped seeing myself as a beginner. Say it calmly. Final story. Practice. Part 10. Repeat gently. When I look back, I can see my progress clearly. Little by little, speaking became easier. One thing that surprised me was how natural English started to feel. I stopped seeing myself as a beginner and started trusting my voice. Let it flow. Part 10, closing. At this stage, English is no longer something you perform. It's something you inhabit. You're speaking from experience, not fear. From clarity, not pressure. In the next part, we will stabilize confidence, prepare for daily real-life speaking, bring day one toward a calm, powerful close. Welcome back. Now we're entering a very calm but powerful stage of this lesson. You've done the work. You've stayed present. You've allowed English to settle into your mind. Now we focus on stability because fluency is not about peaks. It's about being steady. Anchor 109, stability over excitement. Fluent speakers often think like this. I don't need to rush. Repeat it slowly. I don't need to rush. Now extend it. I don't need to rush my progress. Say it gently. This sentence protects your confidence. Anchor 110, daily English mindset. Here's a very natural phrase. I fit English into my day. Repeat it. Now try. I fit English into my day in small ways. Say it calmly. This mindset builds long-term fluency. Mini pause. Notice how relaxed these sentences feel. That's intentional. Pressure kills fluency. Calm builds it. Anchor 111, small moments matter. Fluent speakers often say, it doesn't have to be long. Repeat it. Now complete it. Practice doesn't have to be long to be effective. Say it softly. This removes excuses and guilt. Anchor 112, reframing practice. Instead of saying, I need to study, fluent thinkers say, I spend time with English. Repeat it. Now try, I spend time with English every day. Say it gently. This changes your emotional relationship with the language. Guided daily scenarios. Let's practice thinking in English during simple moments. Imagine you wake up. Say quietly, I'm getting ready for the day. You make coffee, I'm making coffee. You check your phone, I'm checking my messages. This is internal narration. This is how thinking in English becomes natural. Anchor 113. Accepting imperfect days. Here's an important phrase. Some days are better than others. Repeat it. Now extend it. Some days are better than others, and that's okay. Say it calmly. This sentence keeps you consistent. Anchor 114. Continuity. Fluent speakers trust continuity. Try this phrase. I just keep showing up. Repeat it. Now complete it. I just keep showing up even on busy days. Say it softly. Consistency beats intensity. Story, a normal day. Listen carefully. You wake up a little tired. You don't feel highly motivated, but you still listen to English for a few minutes. You repeat a few sentences. Later, you realize, I stayed connected to the language. Repeat that sentence. That's fluency in real life. Anchor 115, calm self-talk. Here's a powerful inner sentence. I'm doing enough. Repeat it. Now extend it. I'm doing enough to keep improving. Say it gently. This protects you from burnout. Anchor 116, trusting the compound effect. Fluent speakers think long-term. Try this phrase. It adds up over time. Repeat it. Now try, small practice adds up over time. Say it calmly. This is how fluency truly grows. Speaking practice. Repeat after me. I don't need to rush. I fit English into my day. Some days are better than others. I just keep showing up. It all adds up. Let them flow naturally. Anchor 117, preparing for tomorrow. Here's a forward-looking phrase. Tomorrow I'll continue. Repeat it. Now extend it. Tomorrow I'll continue practicing calmly. Say it softly. This keeps momentum gentle. Anchor 118, ending the day well. Fluent speakers often reflect like this. Today was enough. Repeat it. Now try. Today was enough. I practiced. Say it calmly. This closes the mental loop. Evening reflection story. Imagine this. It's the end of the day. You're lying down. You think, I listened. I spoke a little. I stayed consistent. You smile. You whisper, tomorrow I'll continue. Repeat those lines softly. Anchor 119, identity confirmation. Here's a quiet but powerful sentence. I'm someone who practices. Repeat it. Now extend it. I'm someone who practices English consistently. Say it gently. This is identity level fluency. Anchor 120. Calm confidence. Try this sentence. I'm on the right path. Repeat it. Now complete it. I'm on the right path and I trust it. Say it softly. Final practice. Part 11. Repeat calmly. I don't need to rush. I fit English into my life. I'm doing enough. I just keep showing up. I trust the process. Let these sentences settle. Part 11, closing. You've done something important today. You didn't chase fluency. You made space for it. And that's exactly how real lasting English grows. In the final part, we will gently close day 1, anchor confidence. Prepare the learner emotionally for day 2. Welcome back. If you're still here, I want you to pause for a moment. Not to do anything, not to repeat anything. Just pause. Because staying until this point already says something important about you. It says you're patient. It says you're committed. It says you're willing to give yourself time. And that matters more than talent. A quiet moment of awareness. Take a slow breath. Notice how English feels in your mind right now. It probably feels softer, more familiar, less intimidating. That's not an accident. That's what happens when you spend real time inside the language, not rushing, not forcing, just staying present. Final anchor, 121, acknowledging today. Fluent speakers often end reflection like this. Today was a good start. Repeat it slowly. Today was a good start. Now extend it. Today was a good start, and I'm glad I showed up. Say it gently. This sentence isn't about achievement, it's about presence. Final anchor, 122, owning the process. Here's another powerful sentence. I showed up for myself. Repeat it. Now complete it. I showed up for myself today. Say it calmly. This sentence builds confidence from the inside. Reflection, what you actually did today. Today you didn't memorize rules, chase perfection, pressure yourself. Instead, you listened deeply, repeated naturally, allowed English to flow. That's how fluency really begins. Final anchor, 1, 2, 3, shifting identity. Here's a quiet but important sentence. I'm becoming someone who speaks English. Repeat it slowly. Now extend it. I'm becoming someone who speaks English with confidence. Say it softly. Even if it feels small now, this sentence matters. Because identity always changes before skill fully appears. Final anchor, 1, 2, 4, trusting tomorrow. Let's look gently toward day 2. Fluent thinkers often say, I'll continue tomorrow. Repeat it. Now add calm confidence. I'll continue tomorrow, one step at a time. Say it gently. No pressure, no urgency, just continuity. What day 2 will feel like? Tomorrow won't feel like starting over. It will feel like returning, reconnecting, continuing a conversation because English is already in motion inside you. And motion doesn't disappear overnight. Final anchor, 125, calm commitment. Try this sentence. I don't need motivation, I need consistency. Repeat it slowly. This is the mindset of fluent speakers. Final anchor, 126, self-respect. Here's one last grounding sentence. I respect my pace. Repeat it. Now extend it. I respect my pace and I trust my progress. Say it calmly. This sentence protects you from comparison and burnout. Final guided reflection. Repeat these lines softly one by one. Today was a good start. I showed up for myself. I'm becoming more comfortable with English. I don't need to rush. I trust the process. Let them settle. Closing words from teacher to learner. I want to say something to you, not as a script, but as a teacher who understands this journey. Fluency is not built in moments of excitement. It's built in moments of quiet consistency. Moments like this one, where you listen, where you stay, where you don't quit early. And today you didn't quit. That matters. Final anchor, 127, ending day 1. Let's close day 1 with one simple sentence. This is enough for today. Repeat it slowly. Now say, this is enough for today. I'll continue tomorrow. Say it softly. Final closing. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your focus. Thank you for trusting the process. Day 1 is complete. Rest your mind, let English settle, And when you return for day 2, we'll continue calmly, clearly, and confidently. Until then, take care of yourself. You're doing better than you think.